Hey everyone, I'm Michael Majors.
And I'm Ross Merriam.
And you're watching the Versus series on StarCityGames.com. Hey, today on the Versus series, we're going to be playing some modern decks. Haven't done that in a little while. Little while. I can't talk, apparently.
Haven't done it without Eldrazi even longer.
Yeah, no kidding. So, I mean, obviously we've been playing a lot of Shadows over Innistrad through the spoiler season up until a few weeks before the Pro Tour and after SCG Baltimore. But in preparation for SCG Milwaukee this weekend, we're going to be playing a little bit of Modern, post-bannings, Ancestral Visions, and Sword of the Meek unbans.
Yeah, sort of got a little overshadowed by Shadows over Innistrad coming out, but definitely important unbans and one that will certainly make waves in Modern.
Yep. Today I'm playing. We're playing. Okay, so spoiler: we're a little bit in the future again. We've had some scheduling conflicts is a strong word. Let's just say workarounds.
Sure.
And as a result, we are once again a little bit in the future. But Ross, would you like to tell everyone why we are doing this? We have a pretty good reason.
So last week we were taping so Michael could test for the Pro Tour. This week we're taping early because I will be in Los Angeles for the week.
Yeah. As a result, might be playing a little bit behind. The Invitational occurred last week, which probably featured some cool Modern decks. But for this week, we're playing two decks from the Classic from Baltimore. I am playing Daryl Ayers' Scapeshift list. It's a little bit different than you might be used to traditionally. Even now, I guess it's probably standard to consider Scapeshift a Bring to Light deck. But Daryl has kind of streamlined the deck towards Prismatic Omen, which allows you to just kill your opponent just by playing lands, essentially.
Yeah, it gives them the sort of inevitability with Valakut because all your lands are mountains, so you never run into that issue of like running out of them, and it powers up your Scapeshift so you can win on as few as 6 lands.
Yep, just by Prismatic Omen, 6 lands, cast Scapeshift, you get 4 Valakuts, and your opponent, I don't even know how much damage that is. It's
72.
72.
6 lands, each deal 12.
Yeah, so it kind of speeds up the deck a little bit, and it gives you like a more powerful nut draw, so to speak, but it also gives the deck more inevitability. So it seems powerful.
Yeah, and then complemented with the blue control elements with Remain and Cryptic Command, you can you take over a game with Valakut if you can't find a Scapeshift, or just win the game on turn 5 after playing 1 or 2 disruption spells, and that should be easily enough to race your opponent.
Yep.
I am, on the other hand, playing a Sultai control deck that is very close to the Jund or Abzan decks that we've seen throughout the history of Modern, but incorporating Ancestral Vision as a very powerful attrition card. Obviously, just drawing 3 cards when your deck's filled with 1-for-1s is great. Yep. It's going to be tough for traditional Jund and Abzan decks to compete with that raw card power, but the power and efficiency of the core elements of the black-green archetype, because we've seen all the different flavors of it, are perfectly complemented by Ancestral Vision as well, along with a few other notable blue role players. You got some Snapcaster Mages, some counter spells on the sideboard, but Ancestral is the really big draw. And you can see that the list was really built with Ancestral in mind because of the main deck copy of Imp's Mischief, some tech drawn from Time Spiral Block Constructed to redirect your opponent's Ancestral Visions, so you can always draw 3 cards.
Yeah, I haven't seen this special since I was about probably 15 years old, but it's back.
I'm so old. So old.
Yeah, I mean, your deck reminds me a lot of Charlotte Sultai in Legacy. Obviously, you don't have the namesake card, but as far as like the details of the deck construction, like most efficient creatures, Tarmogoyf, Dark Confidant, Abrupt Decay, Liliana the Veil, some discard, Ancestral Visions as your card advantage engine. The deck just looks very powerful.
Yeah, could easily emerge as sort of the number 1 variant of the black-green X archetype, so definitely wanted to try it out. This should be a fun matchup against Scapeshift. Got some really good tools with the point discard spells, Inquisition, Kozilek, and Thoughtseize, along with Liliana, which is a great card for limiting the Scapeshift deck's total resources, and it's a pretty resource-heavy deck. You need usually 6, 7, 8 lands in play, depending upon your draw and the Scapeshift, and You need to protect that from discard spells as well, so it should be an interesting matchup.
Yep, I agree. All right, let's
Roll
see
some
who goes
bones.
first. Mismatched dice it is.
Yeah, why do we only have 4 black dice and 6 white dice?
Unclear. Ooh, 3 of a
High
kind.
straight.
Oh,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yahtzee.
lucky.
Okay, we're here for game 1. I have mulliganed to 6 cards and have a pretty unexciting 6, but given that we have one of our best cards in the matchup, I am inclined to keep.
My 7-card hand is a little bit slow, but the Scapeshift deck does need a critical mass of lands, so we don't actually mind this hand too much, so I'm going to keep.
Okay, I'll scry. And don't need any more lands. And I don't really want to shuffle my deck with a bad card on the bottom already, so I'll just play a tapped Watergrave.
So that was an interesting draw. Typically, I'm not interested in just playing this on turn 1, especially because Watergrave would signal that I don't need like a fast piece of disruption. So I think I just play my Steam Bends past and pass the turn.
Okay, I will play a Breeding Pool tapped.
Okay, good for us. Just going to play Misty Rainforest to pass the turn.
I will fetch for a swamp. I'm at 19 and get this Liliana remanded.
Correct.
So smart. You're at 19 from the fetch as well?
Yep.
Getting a forest or an island?
Basic island.
And it'll be your turn after that.
Liliana is definitely a scary card for us. Okay, and now I think I'm happy to go ahead and cast this Serum Visions. Normally I like to fetch before playing Serum Visions, but the fact that we drew this for this turn and we could just draw into a ramp spell means I think I just want to lead on the Serum Visions. Okay. I do want one of these eventually, but it's unclear whether we want it right now. I suppose we probably do, so I'll leave that on top, bottom the other card, and play a Flooded Grove. Yeah, Flooded Grove, pass.
Okay. That could be better later. I am both wary of another remand and of Lightning Bolt. Given that Michael hasn't played any more acceleration cards, I'm inclined to say that he has a remand. So I will play I'll play a Dark Confidant.
Yep.
And I'm not sure if this really matters, but I'll play Verdant. You can go.
All right, I'll Lightning Bolt Dark Confidant.
Probably just had them both.
And I'll play Basic Forest and pass.
And Sip, I'll crack this. Go to 18. Cards in hand?
I have 5.
Oh, that's so many.
Excuse me, 6.
I'll find a tapped Overgrown Tomb.
Getting that good shuffle on.
People don't shuffle enough.
Please don't encourage people to shuffle more.
They don't. They just don't shuffle enough. Have to be very thorough.
Disagree.
Okay. Gonna lead off with an Inquisition. Well, maybe you should read more about the mathematics of shuffling.
All right, you take my lightning bolt.
Jeez, didn't even have the remand.
Sure didn't. Ross played scared, got punished. It was great.
I mean, it was much more likely that you had... I don't know why I'm writing this down. So I basically can't do anything because I drew Inquisition instead of Thoughtseize. 4 lands in play. Well,
And it is worth noting that Ross is critically at 18 life now, so 7 land Scapeshift is lethal.
I think I need to start working my way through these cryptics.
Gotta do something.
You already have the land. You're not starved for making land drops. I don't think. Not in good shape. Not in good shape at all. Need to really draw a Thoughtseize, I guess.
Yeah, you have to draw something that allows you to double spell in some effective manner.
Okay, I'll just play Liliana. And you can go.
That was a pretty good draw. Guess we can just play this Valakut and pass.
Well, that was good. Thoughtseize you.
Counter draw.
Snapcast the Thoughtseize.
Sure.
I'm at 17.
16, right?
Yeah, wrong side.
Okay.
16, 19.
Yep. Scapeshift is gone, but we do have Prismatic Omen, so we can start doing some stuff.
You can go.
That was also a good draw. So we'll play Prismatic Omen, play Misty Rainforest. That's our 6th land, so Valakut will trigger, and we'll deal 3 damage upstairs.
13.
Go ahead. Also worth noting that our Misty Rainforest taps for mana now.
Attack for 2.
If we were not interested in cracking it for whatever reason.
17.
Yep.
So you have an Omen and a land in hand and an unknown?
Yep.
So I can... And it's not doing anything else, so play Dark Continent.
Sure.
You can go.
Don't think I want to crack this land right now, because we could get Abrupt Decayed and lose 3 damage. So Ross is really low on resources, and we're not under a lot of pressure. I do just have 6 damage available to me with my land drop plus the Misty Rainforest. So I can put Ross at 7 and just kind of see if Dark Confidant kills him, but probably just unnecessary to allow Ross to draw enough resources to get out of this. So go ahead and play Flooded Grove and deal 3 damage to Dark Confidant.
The trigger on the stack, I'll decay the Omen.
Sure. So, oh yeah, I guess that does work, doesn't it?
Valakut has an intervening
Yeah,
if, so
yeah,
it'll
yeah.
check to see if there's a...
Yeah, you're right.
if you meet the condition upon the resolution of the ability.
Guess I should have just played my own
This will
first
just
then.
make sure.
No, I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Yeah, it's an intervening if.
So I'll respond and crack my Mysterian Forest.
You got a 16.
And deal 3 damage to Dark Confidant. I guess there's no reason for me to actually get a mountain. And I'll just play my backup Prismaticum and pass the turn. Might have messed up there.
Attack.
15.
14, right? You just fetched last turn?
Yep, sorry.
Forest, go.
Good lord. That was a lot of those. Alright, I'll play an Explore. And pass the turn.
Attack for 2.
I think at this point I'm fine with just removing his clock. I'll bolt your Snapcaster.
Sure. We'll play a Scavenging Ooze.
Oh, counter draw.
You can go.
Play. Well, this can tap for blue now. So cast Serum Visions. Definitely want this on top. Bottom the other. Take 3.
10.
Go.
Probably gonna die with this still. Or exile,
You are
but
definitely going to die with that still exiled.
You can go.
Take 6.
4.
Go.
Abrupt Decay. You can go.
Take 6.